Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. Still not sponsored by Lancaster Insurance. Maybe one day. Good afternoon. Today is the 23rd of March and this is part 10 of a slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2024 Practical Classics Classic Car and Restoration Show here at the NEC in Birmingham. I do apologise in advance if I get things wrong, if I fall over, if I get interrupted by announcements, if my camera quality is terrible. I'm afraid it's just the way that it goes in this channel, and that's why these are called shambolic shuffles. So I'm the Rover Sports register stand here, and this is a 1964 Rover 110. These were the very last of the Rover P4s. 64 was the last year for, along with the Rover 95. I've driven a Rover 100, which is from 61, and I didn't get on very well with the gearbox. The steering is also very heavy in these, so if you get to drive one, just be a bit careful, because it was a bit of a problem. Someone's having a photograph taken here of this P6 73 3500S. Actually, save a colour on that little notice there.
Put your hand on your hip a day.
Cameron green, there we go. That's nice. Like that colour. Sandalwood upholstery. It's very similar to a beige leather interior of yours. I haven't seen too many of these so far today. So what's yesterday? Almost fell over there, viewers. Brilliant. That's why I warn people about certain things. There is a reason behind my insanity. What on earth is this? Oh my goodness me, that's in a bit of a state, isn't it? No, that doesn't actually say anything. Right, well I've just given this from Land Rover. 960 Land Rover Series 2. Why has it got a 63 plate on it? That is a bit of a mystery. Never mind. Sure, it doesn't matter that much. Let's go and look at some bottle Calibras. This is a strange thing. It's a pre-facelift Calibra, but it's actually got an interior from a much later one, including steering wheel, gear lever, that kind of stuff. So I don't know what's going on here. It's got a couple of GSI 2000 wheels, I think, on it. Don't know exactly what year that is, because it's a personal plate, like virtually all of them seem to be. And we've got a much faster looking Calibra here. That looks ready for some DTM racing to me. And got the Opel badge on there as well. If you want to know what a facelift Calibra actually looks like, then well, here is one. It doesn't look too difficult to change up that front nose cone to make them look older or newer if you wanted to. What specification it is with this sort of yellow badge thing on the doors. Again, yeah, facelift. You've got the airbag steering wheel and the DTM edition. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? But we don't have number plate on show, so we shall continue. See, the thing that came before the Calibra was the Opel Manta. In this case, it's the Manta B. There's a Manta Ray in the middle there. This is the GTE, which is the model that most people know. Rival to the Ford Capri, although they didn't make a model with engines bigger than 2 litres, so didn't rival the V6 Capris, just the 4-cylinder ones. Very purposeful looking car, but they do like to rust quite badly. It's on a B plate. This is an automatic. Actually, it's a strange thing. GTE with automatic gearbox. But yeah, 84, 85 on a B. Then a Manta A SR model in right-hand drive. I wonder if this is an original UK car. They came out in 1970 and were made until 75 from memory. Oh right, TVX 310K is registration number. So 71, 72. Same year as the other Manta, that was a GT. This is a Berlinetta, which is possibly the one I prefer. I don't know. Wonder if this is the same engine in this one. It's a 1.8 S Berlinetta. Wonderful. It's good to see ones that are in this sort of condition because, well, not all of them are. So, TVR Car Club. TVR Tuscan S Mark III, unfinished car. 2006, factory closed, of course. It will be registered as a 2006 car, so it's for sale. Interesting, and not just restoration, I think we call it the completion show in that case. And then this is, I think, an S2. We've got the Ford Cologne 2.9 in here, and it will be probably a beige leather interior when it's finished, but it isn't finished at the moment. Then we've got, we call these the Wedge. I forget exactly what the other name for them was now. It's like 450i or something. Similar age to that S2, sort of 8990 on a G. It's actually the Oxford University Motorsport Foundation. Last year, I think they were doing the Golf GTI, weren't they? The Mark II. MGB GTI. Does that mean they're going to be fitting fuel injection to it? Looks like it's still got big series in it. So 78, so it would have been bumper car originally. Certainly look at the interior, then yeah, it's still got the later interior in it. A lot of people just take the bumpers off if you get offended by it. It's a solution to the problem. ADO 16 here. I think this is a Riley, yes it is. I don't know what year that is. I've actually kind of a list of parts here that they're looking for these. Yeah, the Marks II, still working on that. Power steering, rapid indicators, and a Kestrel. It's supposed to be a very late one, it's 1300 Kestrel. Does it actually say what year this is? It's very nice, I like it. What else are these? Some temporary ones, I think. Yeah, well that's pretty interesting. I wish at the university there'd been a club like that up in Durham. It would have been nice to be part of it. I don't think there was actually, unfortunately. Oh my gosh. Is that an Innocenti Spider? Wow, if that is, and hello to SLGod393 on Instagram. I have seen one of these before, but they're not many. They didn't, I think, sell these at all. Innocenti 950 Spider, there we go, 948 A series engine. And then we've got a couple of, just one frog eye here. There were two, it's just one, sorry. Gosh, it's a bit busier in here than it was yesterday, viewers. Looks very nice, looks very original. And then moving on to, is that an MG or a Sprite? I'll have to look at the steering wheel, that might tell me. No. And neither does that. Answers in the comment section. This is an MG though. Looks very similar to the 68 Mark III that I've driven. It's a bit later though. This is a 69 to 70. There are a few differences between this and the earlier cars. I think one of them would be the black sills like that, although the sills are going through some attention, aren't they? Similar age this one, but just with a much nicer body on it. 69 to 70. Modified for some track action. And then a much later midget here. This is one with the 1.5 a Triumph engine in it, which was used in things like the Dolomite as well, and the Toledo. Sort of 78, 79. Ooh. Now I didn't see this earlier, the Lotus Club or something. 72 Lotus Elite Coupe prototype. For some reason it's got a 73, 74 plate on it, but if it's made in 72, that makes sense with the prototype. That's interesting. Yeah, I like M50 prototype. And then this car looks like it's had a full respray. It's beautiful. 1974 Elite Monaco White, restoration and upgrades. Superb. And then we've got an early Esprit here. Is this like Spike Love Me spec or something, this one? Roger Moore was quite a tall chap, so actually getting in and out of that, he could do it. Certainly most of us could do that. It's one of the last 3 Series 1s to be manufactured. Okay, well, that makes sense. So it'd be like a 78 then in that case. And there's a chassis over here. What is this? I don't know. Answers in the comment section below. But of course, a lot of the Lotuses had a backbone chassis like that one. Jetson Owners Club. We've got this Jetson Healey here. This is a 1974. It's having some work done. Oh, it's had a gearbox swap in it, and it's got a Rover V8 in it. Excellent. Probably a bit better than the Lotus engine that was originally in these, I should think. V8 badge on the back. Different type of V8 is in this Interceptor, of course. Don't know what year this is. It's a very sort of lurid colour, isn't it? It must have just been resprayed. Nice hatchback design, quite practical in some ways. Do we have a information sheet? That is due to one of the passing away, which is sad. But, 1975 Interceptor Mark III. That's what it used to look like, and now it looks like this. Fantastic. What is this Ford Capri doing here? 1975 FF Ford Capri Mark II gear. What on earth? Oh right, okay, so it was going to be a Jetson FF, but it's this Capri gear. Capri was customised to have 4-wheel drive and an ABS system. I remember that the very early cars that used the Ferguson system were actually Ford Zephyrs, I think, or Zodiacs. That is absolutely crazy. A 4-wheel drive V8 Capri. I mean, that's fantastic. So we've got a Porsche 94 Owners Club stand here. This is, I presume, a 94 Lux. It even says that on the Instagram username there. Don't know what year that is. Oh, hello. Someone's actually left me an information sheet. 1981 with Dick Lovett of Bristol. Originally KAM 337X. Another one here. Oh, it's very late 94. 87, 94. I think 81 was the last year for these. I have driven a 94. It was an 85 with the 2-litre engine, which was the older unit. This is it's got the Porsche design unit in it. And then Guards Red 94 with a reversing camera. That would be a bad idea. My feeling is this is also got the earlier engine in it, but I could be wrong about that, like about so many things. We've got some Skoda action here, viewers. In fact, the pre-Volkswagen Skoda Owners Club, it should be named. This is an old Octavia. It'd be from the 50s or early 60s, this thing. I don't think they sold them over here. I could be wrong. I don't know what year this one is. Maybe the registration would be on the back or something that might give a clue, but maybe not. No, I have no idea. I do know what approximately when this registered though. 1990 to 1991. I think this is a Rapid, actually. It's not the same Rapid that I drove earlier on in the year. Yeah, it's very late rapid. Fantastic. 136. I think that refers to the engine power, perhaps, or something like that. I think we said a 1289cc engine in the back. It was the similar one that was used in the Favourite and the Felicia. The Felicia is just a rebodied Favourite. I think I've seen this before, actually, this particular car. 1989 Rapid Coupe. People keep saying I should try a rear-engine Skoda, but I really only want to try something like this Rapid. That would be really good. I would very much like that. Then we've got a Favourite Estate. It's not a Foreman. The Foreman was the name used in some other markets. This is a really high spec one. This is a Silver Line. They all use the same 1289cc engine, an OHV engine of Skoda's own design, that dated back to the mid-60s, but in different power outputs. This one will probably have electronic fuel injection on it. So it's a 94. I think 94 was the year for Felicia actually came out. Yeah, I was right, for once. Yeah, all with the same engine, single point injection and catalytic converter. Wonderful. Move on to the enthusiasts of British motor vehicles. I like British motor vehicles, viewers, so I suspect many of you do as well. Land Rover Series 1, 1956 that one is. And then we've got a nice Rover P5B, quite a late one, 72, 73. I've driven a very similar one to this, the same interior colour. Oh right, 73, it's a very late one. Yeah, they're not the most dynamic things to drive. The steering is quite light and a bit vague in them, but they are quite fast if you get them going, due to the V8 engine. Now is this a Vauxhall Velox? Yes it is, it's an E-Series from 1956. You could get also a Wyvern and a Cresta. The Cresta was the top model. Let's have a look at the bodywork at the side here, because it's quite interesting. And we got bonnet flutes, which were a feature of Vauxhall design for years and years and years. It's very nice. It's facelift one, this one. And this is a Mark 1 Escort 2-door that's I think's been pulled out to the storage or something. Yeah, it's a 69. It's a twin cam Escort. That'll actually be worth quite a lot of money. And then we've got an Austin Sprite. Yeah, Austin Sprite. They called the Sprite for the very last year of production, 1971 only. 1981, Reliant Kitten Deluxe, which is the four-wheel version of the Robin. It didn't sell particularly well because you could just buy any number of four-wheel cars, as opposed to Robin, which was just a class of its own, really. Is this Reliant Regal? Yes, it is. It's a 63 in the same colour as the Regal Supervan 3 from the Mr. Bean TV series. But this is a much earlier one. That was sort of, I think it's a 71, 72, that one. That was Scimitar GTE, 1980 registration, built 79. Has this got the Essex? So it's a very late Essex engine car. They changed to the 2.8 injection engine at the same time that the Ford Capri did in 1981. So the Independent Porsche Enthusiast Club 996 911 Carrera CS 968. Interesting. Imagine with that plate 92 93, I think it came out in 92, I think. Massive engine, 3 litre 4-cylinder. Porsche's own unit, enlarged from the one of the 944. Always quite like these actually. And then a much older one here, 71, 72 Porsche 911. What's for sale? Just 59,999. Call 07534 539 840. As Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says, this could be yours. Ooh, I like this. It's a Lancia Y10. Now these were also known as the Auto Bianchi Y10 in some other markets, or Upsilon. I think by 1994 or 5, when the second generation one came out, they were all known as Lancia. Spare wheel lives in there a bit like a Mark II Panda. Fire engine also used in the Mark II Panda, like the one I drove earlier this month that you see on my channel. Fire LX. My gosh, where do you find stuff like this? As it says here, all by the base model of a Y10, electric window, central locking, heated rear window and rear wash wipe. So they did sell these, but they're sort of similar looking to a Fiat Cinquecento, but apparently there's no relation between them or something, according to when Fiat launched the car. It was about 1993, I think it was, in Britain. I've been driven a Cinquecento quite recently. I think I prefer this. Interesting kind of like different sorts of textures on the roof and the door. Can you see the different textures there? I don't know what's going on with that. Make it rust away. But I don't think I've ever seen one of these for a really, really long time. That would be a super car to feature on my channel if I was offered one. And then we've got a 1980 Beta Coupe Series 2 1.6 engine. I do like these viewers. I know that Mr. Charles from the Grand Thrift Auto channel is quite keen on these. I'm even keener though on this Beta 2000 HPE. I think these are even better than the Coupe in my opinion. Obviously your opinion may vary. This was 1983 and it was actually registered originally in Australia in 1984. That's interesting. And it was shipped to Britain in 1999. Wonderful. I really forget that, you know, things like Lancias and Alfa Romeos were sold in places like South Africa and Australia. They were. A very, very late Fiat X19 with the craziest engine swap in the world, a 3-litre V6. I presume that's like an Alfa Romeo Busso or something in there. That looks terrifying. P1X 2000, so X19 freaks in the peaks. Yeah, you have to be a X19 freak to drive that, that's for sure. Quite a late one, so they were badged as Bertoni by this stage, rather than Fiat. And the last ones are registered in '89. As you can see here, that's the badge it would have worn originally. Because I think '85 and onwards they're registered as sort of Bertones and not Fiats. I think this would be a 1.5 one. Certainly, it's a very interesting looking car. These lasted for a lot longer than you'd imagine. Another Bertoni one here. Does it actually say what it says? No, it doesn't say. So that one's on a D, so 86, 87. That one's a little bit earlier. This one is on a C. So the information sheet might actually say it doesn't. So yeah, 85, 86. Again, it says VS on it. Does that mean it's very special or something? I'm not sure. These massive bumpers on the back for some reason. Maybe that's to do with American regulations. I think these had a 5-speed gearbox in them. And electric windows as well. It's kind of like, you know, a predecessor of so many other little sports cars from the 90s. Wow, more Italian Exotica. And we've got an Alfa Romeo pickup. Yes, until the, I think, late 80s, Alfa Romeo did make commercial vehicles. There was actually a version of the Fiat Ducato that was an Alfa Romeo. I forget the model name now, but this is much earlier. I think this is from the 50s, this thing. Alfa Romeo 2, I think. It's had to work on the door. Where on earth would you find parts for something like this? The age of the time I've ever seen something like this, a Romeo 2, would be in one of those 1970s sort of Polizisti or Giallo films. And this is a very lovely car. It's an Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint Speciale, or Giulia SS. They're actually based on the same platform as the previous model Giulietta, but when the Giulia came out, I think 62, they just changed the name of it. This is one of the most beautiful cars ever made. They were very, very rare and very expensive. So yeah, 64, this one right-hand drive, probably a UK car. It was called the Giulia SS by that stage, but earlier it was called the Giulietta SS. This is such an attractive car, it's beautiful. A bit more practical though than that is this 916 Coupe with the 3-litre Busso. Second one of these we've seen in 3-litre Busso actually. I've driven a 916 Spider from 2003 actually with the 2 JTS engine, and it was good, although I suspect that would be a bit better because it's a bit stiffer. Here is the kind of 1990s version of the Spider. I think the facelift, final facelift, it was like a Series 4, this one. It's about 1990. Still very attractive. It's quite amazing what we managed to do to keep this in production, which started in the sort of mid-60s, and of course dust off for everyone in the Graduate. We've got a 105 Series Coupe, based on the Giulia. Various engines used in these. This one is a 2000. I have driven a 105 Series Coupe with a 2000 engine, but originally that was a GT Junior. This looks like it's always been a 2000, a bit more luxurious than a GT Junior. They drive actually quite well, it's just the driving position is not the best if you've got any length in your legs whatsoever. So we'll just have a look at the pride of ownership stand here, and then we will finish. So 1989 Fiat Panda 4x4. Given how many of you loved the Mark II Panda review that I did earlier this month, I suspect you'll like this one even more. And then next we've got this Mini with some Cosmic alloy wheels on it. It's very, very nice condition. Ray and Lambert of Southampton. Yeah, Clubman. What year is this? TR, Old Southampton plate, 1970. That looks really good actually. The period Cosmic wheels are fantastic. And then a lovely Renault 5. I imagine this is a GT Turbo. Yeah, 1991 GT Turbo. I prefer a Monaco myself, but this will do. That's rather nice. I think they stopped production of GT Turbo that year. Morris Minor, of course, 1965 Morris Minor. 1098cc 4-door. Have we got the correct steering wheel on this one? Yes, we do, which was changed in October 64. Yeah, that's pretty good. I prefer some better brakes and a better gearbox, as I always say with minors, but you can get those fitted. Escort RS Turbo Cabriolet. Ooh, yes, an all-white one. Immediate release. It's a press release for one of these. November 85. Very late Mark III, because Mark IV came out the next year. Yeah. Oh, it's actually not got the turbo engine, it's just got the RS body kit. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? And then this one, I'm going to have to probably skip over that because I don't think it's got an engine we can talk about on this channel, viewers. I might have to do a reg check on that at some point, but I don't think we can talk about it. And we've got the 1982 BMW 323i. Gosh, I forget the name of it. I think E21, there we go, that's what it's called. That is in very, very nice condition, and we've got some Alpina wheels on there as well. Superb. Mercedes-Benz 190e, I have driven one of these. 1.8, so base model. This will be a later one, facelifted one. 1.8s were introduced sort of, oh, this is a really late one. The C-Class came out in 93, so very, very late one. BMW Z3 2.8 wide body. I've driven a Z3, but it was a 3-litre and it was just a convertible version. Ooh, it's got a beige leather interior and it's green. Ooh, and is some wood in there. I approve very much, viewers. I do like a nice beige leather interior. 1956 Austin A35, yep, big rear window. So there we are. That is in lovely condition, isn't it? We've seen quite a few of these so far, and that's in particularly nice condition. So I actually backwards there, views, without falling over. That was quite impressive. V12 E-Type Series 3, which I've just driven. It was a 5-speed conversion of one I drove on True Jacket Reviews earlier this year. That was good. 74, so quite a late one. I think production finished in 74, but they were sold in 75. I think that's the way it worked. And of course a Lancia Delta HF Integrale, 1993. I think the last ones were sold in about 95. These are worth an awful lot of money now. Even UK cars by this stage were left-hand drive only. But yeah, it's just utterly superb. It's sort of, you know, a car that has an iconic status. Then we've got the UNOS going on here, judging by the rear number plate there. And that's actually a very old Mazda badge, that one. So wonderfully someone has actually called this a UNOS rather than MX-5, because that's what it is. But yeah, when I drove those in 2021, was an automatic one. Barry Powell's 1990 Porsche 944 Turbo. It's the nicest 944 Turbo I've ever seen, for sure. Yeah. And we've got a Daimler Dart or SP250 if you're being technical. Cream interior. I've actually opted to go for the disc wheels on that, which means it has a very sort of original look to it. Then we've got a TR6. What year is this? This is 72. Updated fuel system, modern petrol. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And again, it's a really, really nice example. That's one. An MG X-Power SV. I did a walk around an SVR automatic version of this a while ago. I think it also in 2021. SVR automatic versions were very rare. Unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to drive it, which is a massive shame. Yes, and those are lights off a coach on the back. Or a Fiat Coupe, I think they're the same. Yeah, Mark 1 Golf pre-facelift and LS with an interesting sunroof. Very, very 70s looking in terms of the colour combination. So it's a 79. That is just in fantastic condition, isn't it? And then I'm very glad to see, because I like Rovers very much, having owned about 9 of them, a Rover Metro GTI 16 valve. Yes, viewers, I don't know really what I would have. I can't decide at all. It's too many. So this is 91. Got more power, around 92, I think. Originally 95, like that one. I mean, a very early TVR, this one. It's got the 1.5 MG engine in it. It's a 1961 Grand Tourer Mark IIA. I've never seen many of these. I've never seen many TVRs of any year in that condition. Anyway, I think that's it for this part. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again soon for some more incorrect information.